Hello, welcome back to Sabi Market Channel. It's always nice to have you here, whether you're a first-time viewer or you're returning viewer. It's always nice to have you. All right. Okay. Before we go into today's analysis, I want you to kindly hit the like button and also hit the subscribe button as you sit back and watch this video. Also, if you have any questions, any experience you had with these people, or you have a different opinion, and you can actually just put it in the comment section so I see, and I promise I'll respond as soon as possible. All right, let's then dive into Sterling Bank financial analysis for today, which specifically we are looking at what's their cash flow and look like in 2023. All right, so they had a starting cash of 222 billion naira. Now, this amount that we see here are in millions. Yeah, so basically, for a deeper understanding, before I go into what the figures are communicating, let's take a look at what cash flow actually is. So the cash flow analysis is basically has different categories that makes a whole. So it's actually a process of examining companies' inflows and outflows. So and it actually deals with a specific period. So here we see this is 2023. So it evaluates its liquidity, solvency, and financial performance. And this metrics, this evaluation helps investors, creditors, and managers understand a company's ability to generate cash, meet financial obligations, and fund investment and growth. So that's what the cash flow helps both investors and managers accomplish. So and then we have several categories of this, but the major ones are the operating cash flow, the investing cash flow, and the financial cash flow. So the investing cash flow, which is what we have here, the investing cash flow, the operating cash flow rather, is actually talking about cash generated from the core business operation. So the major business operation, the cash that is coming in, is what the operating cash flow is talking about. And while the investing cash flows covers cash that is used for investment in assets, acquisition, or divestitures. That's what the investment cash flow is talking about. So when we see a negative value here, like we have on this chart here, we have 87 billion naira. When we see such a negative value in investing cash flow, it doesn't indicate that the company is running at a loss. It means that they've invested money has gone out, but it has gone into investment, not that they actually lost money. So now the financial cash flow is actually talking about cash that is related to financing activities such as debt or equity issuance. So that's what the financing cash flow is talking about. Then we have the net cash flow. The net cash flow is actually total inflows minus total outflows. That's what that actually covers. So also, as we see here in this chart, we see that there is a starting cash. So this is considered a total, like we see in the legend here. This is a starting cash total and the ending cash total. So this starting cash total that we have here, which is 222 billion naira, is talking about how much they are starting the year with, how much cash was at hand, like how much they are starting the year with. The starting cash for the year was 222 billion naira, and then for the ending cash they were ending with 391 billion naira. So the difference, we could see the difference between these two here. So now, this starting cash here is what is the ending cash for the previous year. So this starting cash of 222 billion naira is the ending cash for last year, which is, when I say last year, I mean the previous year, which is 2022. Now, for 2024 now, the starting cash for 2024 will be the ending cash for 2023. So let's assume that we are doing this, we are analyzing the cash flow for 2024. This starting cash here will be 391.8 billion. That's what it will be. So the 2023 ending cash will become the starting cash for 2024. So that's it. All right, so let's look at what this chart is actually saying. But before I will also go into that, I want us to see a little bit about Sterling Bank. Who are these people? What do they actually do? Now, Sterling Bank is actually a commercial bank in Nigeria. Most of you might actually know that. And they provide a wide range of financial services to individuals, to businesses, and to institutions. So they were founded in, Sterling Bank was founded in 1960. And then they used to go by the name Nigerian Acceptance Limited. And they became Sterling Bank in 2016, which is about 46 years later. So they have their headquarters in Lagos, Nigeria, and their key services include retail banking, corporate banking, commercial banking, investment banking, digital banking. One thing that amazes me about them is that they've actually won the 2020 Euro Money Awards, and that was for the best bank in Nigeria in 2020. Then they also won the most innovative bank in Nigeria in 2019, ahead of all other prominent banks that we have. So these people are actually a big player when it comes to the financial industry. So also some financial highlights about this company is that they have a total asset of approximately 1.5 trillion naira. That was in 2022, and they had a total deposit of 1.1 trillion naira in 2022 as well, and a total equity of about 130 billion naira in 2022. That's actually a very, very big one. Also, they have other subsidiaries like Sterling Capital Market, Sterling Asset Management, and Sterling Microfinance Bank. So Sterling Bank is a well-established company in the financial industry. Okay, so I've actually said enough about them. Now let's just take a peep at what these values are saying, and I believe that I've covered a lot of all of this already, and you're already having a glance at the picture of what it is, but it's still necessary that I talk about them. So like I explained, the total cash, this total starting cash for 2023, as you see here, is 222 billion naira, and then their operating cash flow, which is what they generated from their core operations, is 151 billion naira. And then they made investment of 87 billion naira too. Made investment of 87 billion naira, which is actually significant. And their financing cash flow. So this financing cash flow now, there's not so much. It means that maybe they actually paid out dividends and all of that. And then lastly, the net change in cash. Net change in cash is actually this can be a result of the what I call it now, the influence of, this could be influence of inflations and all of those things like that. So the influence of cash at hand, actually this is what it's actually revealing. So that is all about this Sterling Bank Holdings cash flow analysis. So for a company, for investors and for managers and for creditors, the cash flow analysis is actually a very important metric to look at, as it helps you see how companies, it gives you a glance into a company's inflows and outflows of cash. So that would be all for this video. So to wrap everything up, it's very important, imperative to take a look at the cash flow of any company you are investing in. Take a look at the cash flow to see what the operating cash flow look like, to see what their investing cash flow look like, to see what their financial cash flow look like, because it also helps you see how, it also helps you have a glance on their operational efficiency and all of that. All right then, that will be all for this video. Thank you so much for watching till the end, and then thank you.